It is windy out there. Both Sioux Falls and Aberdeen have had wind gusts over 50 miles an hour during the day today. The good news is after sunset, the winds will start to die down and they'll further diminish overnight. With a clear sky, it's going to be cold. A low by morning, 2 Sioux Falls, 2 below Aberdeen, 7 in Pierce, 16 in Rapid City. During the day tomorrow, it is going to be chilly, although the winds will be dying down. Our high just 18 in Sioux Falls, 17 in Aberdeen. Pure thicker clouds at 23, Rapid City 39. Everybody will be warmer starting Friday, and the weekend looks downright mild. Details on that coming up. KELOLAND News starts now.
Live from KELOLAND Media Group. KELOLAND News, first at 4.
Coming up, we're going to take you to Philip, South Dakota, where crews are battling a fire at a grain elevator.
Plus, what officials say caused a pickup fire in Sheldon, Iowa.
And when a popular Sioux Falls bar will change hands. Good afternoon, and thanks for tuning in to First at 4. I'm Don Jorgensen.
And I'm Kelly Volk. Firefighters in western South Dakota battled a massive blaze in Philip all day today. Haken County Emergency Management says the fire was reported at a grain elevator this morning. The sheriff's office shared this video of the fire. You can see the building is engulfed in flames. The Haken County Sheriff's Office says Highway 73 is closed and it's not known when it will reopen.
The highway is also closed north of Philip in Jackson County. People are asked to stay away from that area. No injuries have been reported and there is no risk to the public at this time. In a post on Facebook, West Central Electric Cooperative says that there are no plans to shut off power in Philip. A pickup is destroyed after a Tuesday morning fire in Sheldon, Iowa. Firefighters were called to a home in the central part of town just before 3 o'clock. Officials say that the pickup was driven in to the backyard and got stuck between a garage and a tree. In the attempts to get it out, the pickup overheated and caught fire. The fire then spread to a house. A nearby home and pickup were also damaged. Firefighters used around 600 gallons of water to fight the fire.
We have an update on a case involving a body found stuffed into a large bag at a Sioux Falls apartment. More than a year after the crime, one of the suspects in the case plans to change her plea. 28-year-old Taylor Crossley is charged with murder, manslaughter, and assault for the July 2023 crime. According to online court records, Crossley has a change of plea hearing scheduled 1 week from today. Morningstar Jewett is also charged in the death of 63-year-old Nagasi Bolte. As of this morning, he was still scheduled to go on trial next year. A
Sioux Falls man will spend just over a decade behind bars after pleading guilty to drug charges. 48-year-old Larry Wayne Moss was sentenced to 11 years in prison, followed by 5 years of supervision. The U.S. Attorney's Office says that Moss sold meth to an informant 3 times between January and March of last year. Investigators then searched the motel where he was staying. Around 2 pounds of meth and 42 grams of fentanyl pills, ecstasy, and marijuana were found.
Well, I'm glad to see we didn't blow away today.
That wind is something else today, Jay. It was strong. Hold on at the doors, that's for sure.
Yes and yes. The winds are now going to start to die down with the setting sun. But during the day today, it has been blustery all across the KELOLAND region. Sioux Falls actually had a wind gust of 57 miles an hour, which is like a severe thunderstorm with no clouds in the sky. Right now in Sioux Falls, we have a mostly clear sky as well. 22 degrees. Our high, by the way, we were at 40 degrees this morning, but the temperature's just been dropping as that northwest wind drives colder air down our way. Right now we have a 29 mile an hour average north wind, and we're still gusting over 40 miles an hour at this hour. Aberdeen right now, averaging winds at 26 with higher gusts, only 14 degrees there. It's going to be a chilly night northeastern South Dakota. Pier 28 with a strong north breeze. And in Rapid City, it's warmer, 38. We do have some clouds overhead there, but a north wind at 25 miles an hour. Here's a look at the temperatures. Coldest, as always, in northeastern South Dakota. That area in purple, we can see some below zero temperatures tonight. And it's much warmer in western South Dakota. And really, that's going to be the case again for the next several days. Much warmer in the west, colder here in eastern KELOLAND. These are the peak wind gusts within the past hour. 44 miles an hour in Sioux Falls, 40 miles an hour in Aberdeen, and winds not quite as strong. Wind gusts in a 35-mile-an-hour range in western and central South Dakota. But again, the winds will die down now with the setting sun. But the cold air it leaves behind is going to make it a chilly night. Low 2 Sioux Falls, northwest wind 10 to 20. Aberdeen 2 below, Watertown 3 below. Pierre not as cold at 7, and Rapid City at balmy 16 tonight. Then tomorrow it's going to be just plain a cold day. We'll start with a gentle northwest breeze winding our way around to the south with a partly cloudy sky, high just 18 in Sioux Falls, 17 in Aberdeen, Pierre 23. Rapid City not interested in the cold air. They'll be at 39. Everybody's going to start to warm up Friday, and the weekend looks very mild across KELOLAND. Rapid City could even hit 60 degrees. We'll talk more about that weekend in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Jay. A popular West Side Sioux Falls bar will be under new ownership next year. The owners of Shenanigans Bar announced the new ownership in a recent Facebook post. It says that the namesake, employees, and the operations will all remain the same. Events and parties will also continue as scheduled. The post also adds that the bar will change hands on January 2nd. The bar has been owned by Don Rose for more than 40 years. The family says that more information will be released as the new year gets closer.
Should trans athletes be allowed to compete in women's sports? It's a controversial question that the Minnesota Supreme Court tackled today. Kirsten Mitchell with our CBS affiliate Minneapolis tells us about the case that could have nationwide implications.
We do a lot of lifting here. We do a lot of heavy lifting here, so it's just a great way to blow off some steam.
Like many others, Coach Tracy Slane has found a home at Solcana Fitness in Minneapolis.
When I started powerlifting, that's what I was looking for, was an inclusive fitness space.
JC Cooper, a transgender woman and powerlifter, used to train here at Solcana and is now the center of a case headed to the Minnesota Supreme Court. Cooper wasn't allowed to compete in the women's division of USA Powerlifting.
And I quit the USAPL shortly after that because it was clear to me that they were not going to ever allow transgender women to compete.
And Cooper's attorneys argue those policies violate Minnesota's Human Rights Act.
It's just basic discrimination law that you can't pick out people based on who they are, based on averages, generalizations, and stereotypes about what their bodies are like. That's true for cisgender women, it's true for transgender women, and it's really important that we make sure that law is enforced.
USA Powerlifting says it was not discrimination, arguing Cooper would have had a physical advantage in the women's category. In a statement, the organization's president said, "We encourage fair competition by establishing competition categories grounded in science, including age, weight, and sex. These categories are essential to preserving the integrity and purpose of strength-based sports like ours, and the consequences of this case extend far beyond powerlifting."
So this case isn't just important for JC, it's not just important for trans athletes, it's important for all of us that we make sure there's no discrimination in Minnesota.
In Minneapolis, Kirsten Mitchell, WCCO News.